Welcome to Ever After, a Once Upon a Time in Wonderland podcast. Episode 2, Trust Me. I'm your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is...
Martha Southgate.
And Rob Southgate.
What'd you think of this episode?
I loved it, like usual.
Really? What was your favorite part?
Is there anything that stood out to you?
I know my favorite part.
When Silver Mist came.
Oh, that was cool.
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite part was when Alice was sword fight practicing with the genie.
I liked when they rode on the
cracked me up.
tortoise.
That was
I thought
very
that was
cool.
really cool. So Silver Mist is one of Tinkerbell's friends, right?
Yeah.
So why is she in Wonderland and not in Neverland?
Well, why is Jafar?
True. Well, because he's chasing the genie, and the genie's wish, when the guy made the wish that he needed to go far away from where they were, the furthest place he could go was Wonderland. So Jafar followed him to Wonderland. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. But why is Silver Mist there? Unless because she's a fairy. What is her fairy power? What's her special thing, Mel?
Water.
Water. So she's a water fairy? Okay. So maybe
Mist,
just where...
hence the mist.
Silver Mist.
Yeah, I got it. So maybe that's why she's there. Maybe just wherever there's water, she can appear when she's called.
Maybe that's where Tinkerbell and all them live. Maybe that's where they live.
Maybe Neverland is attached to Wonderland?
Who said they live in
Ooh.
Neverland?
I thought they lived in Neverland.
Yeah, they lived in Neverland.
I have seen all the movies. Did I know that?
I thought that they lived in Neverland, and then that
You've
Tink
seen
goes to the other side of the island or something, and that's where
No,
she
she goes
gets
to the
captured by...
mainland.
No, I know she goes to the mainland, but that's where she gets captured by Captain Hook. And that's where she meets Peter Pan.
We're talking about the Tinkerbell movies.
What?
You're talking about Peter Pan. We're talking about the Tinkerbell movies with Iridessa and Silver Mist and Fawn.
Mhm.
Uh-huh, okay. So if you're so smart and Silver Mist is Water Fairy, what's Fawn?
Fawn is the animal girl, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
because it's like a fawn. Okay. Never mind. Excuse me. So...
Rosetta.
Oh, so she's the fairy of foreign language teaching?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Rosetta Stone.
Yes.
No, she's the fairy of flowers. Get it? A Rosetta.
Oh, a Rosetta. Or she's the cleaning lady on Family Guy.
Uh-uh.
Her name's Rosetta, I think.
We have gone so far off. Okay.
That's what happens.
So Genie gets sent away to Wonderland.
Yes. Well, that was
Jafar's
cool because it
chasing
showed him in Agrabah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you say it?
Mhm.
We're going with Agrabah. And we saw that somebody else owned him. Now, I thought that was going to be Aladdin, but it wasn't Aladdin.
It was some
And-
dude.
Yeah.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
the guy makes a wish that Cyrus has to go as far away from Agrabah as he
He's trying
can
to save his life.
to save him from Jafar. Because he said, the guy showed up, the guy you warned me about, the guy with
Yeah.
the serpent
And
staff.
he would not listen when Cyrus was trying to tell him, just stop for a second
I
and
can
listen
help."
to me. I can help. He would not listen. And look at the trouble he caused.
But
and he died.
Do you really
I'm sure he
think...
died.
Yeah, he died. That was cool when he did like the Darth Vader thing and he lifted him up and was holding him by the neck. That was cool.
I don't think that was cool. I thought it was horrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
horrible.
It was horrible. In an awesome way.
So the Queen of Hearts.
Yes.
I loved that scene when she was all her townspeople were yelling at her and demanding, saying they needed things, they were suffering, and Jafar shows up and freezes them all.
Yeah, and she knew immediately it was Jafar.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Mhm.
And then what did he do to him?
Turned them all into dust.
Yeah, he made them all turn into dust. And then he says, your schedule is clear now.
Yeah.
And then we all laughed. What happened at the end of that scene, remember? It was so funny.
Fill us in.
Okay. We all laughed at the end of that scene when the guys came out with brooms and started
Oh,
sweeping up
yay!
all the dust.
Yeah, like nothing. Like
Yeah.
they'd seen it before.
Yeah. Well, I
They're
mean,
just little dust piles. Let's just clean that
I'm
on
sure
up.
they've seen plenty in the Red Queen's castle
I
there.
suppose, but she's not nearly as bad as Jafar.
Oh, I don't know about that. I
But
mean, he's
he-
really bad, but she got upper hand on him this time.
Yes, she did.
So she might be
And the
a
White
big
Rabbit
baddie.
is still working with her.
Yes.
But
But
he's kind of a good guy in the movie and all the movies. He's working with her, but he helps Alice and stuff.
right.
He's kind of working both sides.
Well, this gave a
'Cause
little backstory on that. It indicated that he was working for her because she has something over him.
yes.
Did they say what
She's
it was?
kind of blackmailing him, I think.
Did they say what it was? Mal, did you catch that? I don't think they said it, did they? No. Okay.
They didn't.
So we'll probably find that out as the series goes on.
So what did we find out about the knave today?
He is in love with Anastasia.
Yeah, and we don't know which Anastasia. Is it the Anastasia that was the Russian Tsar's daughter?
Right.
Or is it the Anastasia who was Cinderella's stepsister?
My guess
Yeah.
is it's the stepsister.
My guess is
Because
it's
Anastasia,
the Russian Tsar.
the Russian Tsar's daughter was real. These are fairy tale characters.
No, there's a movie.
There's a movie, but it's based on the girl Anastasia. She was a Russian Tsar's daughter. I don't think that's
right,
fictional.
but maybe they turned it into a fairy tale at some point.
Oh,
because
so maybe
there is
Anastasia's a Russian fairy tale.
That might be. There's a separate movie, a kids movie that's animated that is all about Anastasia.
Ooh, I want to see that movie.
Yeah, and so I always thought it was Anastasia from there, and every time I'd see the description, and it was about this Russian girl.
Well, I think we've got something to find out.
So we're going to find out eventually. But we found out that what about him? What is he afraid of?
Water.
Yeah, and they found that out in a kind of a difficult way because they had to get across a huge lake.
Yeah, because they were trying to go to the Tum Tum tree.
Yeah.
And it was across this huge
lake.
body of water.
And he said, well, we're just going to walk around it.
Oh, this was hilarious. Do you remember what they called?
None of that.
Do you remember what they called, Molly? She said, well, we'll just take...
The ferry.
Yeah, we'll just take the ferry. And I wrote it down as ferry, like you're taking a ferry from one island to the other.
Right.
And it turns out to be Silver Mist, the ferry that they're going to take.
So funny. All of a sudden, a fairy just shows up.
That was pretty clever.
And then she flies them across with her pixie dust.
When I really didn't expect to see
and
Silver
then
Mist.
she drops the Knave of Hearts into the water.
Why did she?
I think he broke her heart.
And she was still so angry.
And then she was going to keep taking Alice, but Alice was like, no, he's going to drown. And she dove in after
Silver Mist was like, what the? Why?
Yeah.
Right.
She didn't understand why she'd want to save him when he's a bad guy.
Now, was Silver Mist like she is in the cartoons? Did she kind of have that personality? Any idea?
She didn't look like her.
No.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what Silver. I don't know anything about her.
She had the big crown and stuff.
No, they did not
Silver
have her.
Mist.
They didn't have her look anything like.
Our Silver Mist just wears a little like blue tattered flower petals.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
so
no
this was,
crown or
This was like a
anything?
fancy princess dress.
This was, this was she was in a real fancy outfit.
Right.
Okay.
Well, the rabbit did tell the Red Queen where the bottle was. That's what this whole episode was about, is they were searching for the bottle.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And whose bottle?
The genie's bottle.
Exactly.
And the thing is, did you... I don't know, maybe I'm not paying attention close enough here, but did you notice they kept, when they were saying they were going to tell where the bottle was, every time it did that, it cut back to Alice saying they were going to the Tum Tum tree. But that's not where the rabbit ended up telling the Red Queen it was it?
But where it actually was.
Right. Do you remember where it was?
It was in the beneath the dandelion.
Yeah, that was funny.
And I like
it was like a hedge lion.
Yeah.
And then
a topiary.
A topiary of a lion, and it had dandelions growing.
Yeah,
that was very clever.
When I liked that garden too, it had the carving or the topiary of the bears, all, and then there was some other thing. It was just a really cool looking garden.
So one of the things is, Jeannie is still, I always forget it, Cyrus is still in that silver cage. And today they talked about the fact that it is silver and it's draining him.
Oh, right.
It's sort of like his kryptonite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting thing to know that that's what hurts
that silver
Jeannie.
does to Jeannie what kryptonite would do to Superman.
Yes.
Or bananas do to me.
So I thought that was rather interesting. And almost all food groups do to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And gluten does to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gluten's your kryptonite.
Yes. So if they put you in a cage of gluten, you'd be draining.
You would be a bloated mass of
nothing.
Exhaustion and
beautiful.
Yeah.
What an image you're painting.
You'd just be a swollen,
exhausted
mess
of gluten.
Right? So I thought that was an interesting, sort of a revelation in this one, is that the genie actually has a thing that weakens him.
Right.
So I've never heard that in any of the stories. I've never known that. So
no, I thought that was
kind of interesting.
Really cool.
And what did Cyrus tell Alice about the wishes?
That he didn't want her to wish anything.
Because what did he think would happen?
That he would have to leave her, and they're in love.
Well, then he also told her that there are the 4 rules.
Yeah, do you remember what the rules are?
I do not.
I bet you do, Molly.
No making people fall in love.
Uh-huh.
No killing people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got 2. Let me think.
No gum chewing.
No,
those are Taekwondo rules.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. No making people fall in love. No having anyone killed. He can't kill anybody. Oh, he can't bring anybody back to life.
Yeah.
Right.
And then what would be the 4th one? Was the 4th one that they can't...
Maybe it's you can't wish for more wishes?
Or that could be. Yeah.
Maybe I forget.
Yeah, that must be. And then also he said that you can't wish him a lot out of the bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's probably not one of the official rules, but he said it has ended up very badly for everybody involved.
Right, because he said that wasn't... when he was giving the rules, he said, this isn't a rule, but you don't want to do this.
We can't... It doesn't work out well.
Yeah.
For anyone.
Not a good thing.
So meaning it will really hurt her as well if she wishes for him to be free of the bottle.
Now, it was at this point also when you saw Alice in that dress that you said... Ooh, I like Alice's dress. Both of you liked her dress. Mm-hmm. Was it... I didn't catch. Was it something special? Was it a princess
cute.
Dress? Just a really...
With all the ruffles?
It was a pink one with puffy sleeves and ruffles.
Oh, okay.
We loved the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah.
You loved Silver Miss. Did you love her the best today? I thought the Queen of Hearts, I wanted to wear that crown.
I wanted to wear
so
her dress.
Badly. Those red jewels are so beautiful.
I love her entire outfit. And the jewelry.
Yeah, the jewelry was just stunning.
Yeah. So I guess it's better to be the Queen of Hearts than some...
She's nasty.
Some lackey Silver Miss.
And they had an interesting way of allowing Alice to change her clothes.
That was really funny, too.
Because she said, he woke up, the knave woke up and said, well, you're in a new outfit. And she said, the clothes horse came by.
That was good. Now, is that from the book or did you see the clothes horse in the movie?
No. I think they made it up. I think it was just a way of allowing her to be in different...
Well, I wonder if it's something that we just, I bet that's in the book because it seems stuff like the dandelion and all that. I believe that's all from the book, but you don't see that in the cartoon or any of the movies that we've seen. But I do think that's from the source material.
I think cartoon is not really an accurate... I would say the animated
film.
Yeah, I think cartoon implies something thrown together for a Saturday morning thing, but the film, the animated movies.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about some little cartoon that you just...
I call it all a cartoon.
It's not.
I also call CDs records, and when we watch TiVo, I call it videotape. So that's what happens.
That's weird.
Yep, old man.
Okay, so what did you think of the origami?
I loved it.
Now you've got a cousin that does origami.
Yes.
Do you think she can make a little origami bird that can float away like that?
It did more than float. It flew.
It flew. Well,
it flew to and found her. It even had that GPS built in, and it allowed the bird to find.
That's
Alice.
how Alice knows that Cyrus is alive, and then she did the same thing and wrote on that magic paper and sent it back to him.
And they can write with their fingers.
Yeah.
They don't use pens.
Well, that's because it's magic paper.
Yeah, that was really exciting. But the rose.
But he also made a rose, and the rose turned red.
Well, what did she say that was special about the rose, the origami rose?
It was magic paper.
But what did it have that was special about it?
It could turn into whatever you were feeling.
The rose?
Is that what she said?
No, she said it smelled like a rose.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think you're thinking of me. I smell like a rose.
You smell like a wet, soggy sock.
Oh!
Well,
That is smelly.
Okay.
That is smelly. Okay. I thought that the Queen of Hearts sounds exactly like Grace Kelly in Rear Window.
She does.
I could not get past it today, especially. I didn't really notice it as much in the other episodes, but this episode I thought,
She sounded
oh
just
my
like
gosh,
her.
she sounds exactly like Grace Kelly in Rear
So
Window.
Grace Kelly was a
And
princess.
she has blonde hair.
And she does. Mhm.
She was a princess. Do you think she eventually became the Red Queen?
But Grace Kelly was a wonderfully nice woman, right? I don't want to think she became an evil queen. No. She became Princess Grace, though.
Ooh, she did?
She did. So, okay, one of the things that, when they were dropped in the lake, and they landed on that big rock formation, it looked like a mini island.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and all of a sudden she stomped on it, and it started to move
like a little
Molly
earthquake.
says immediately,
Tortoise.
and I said, a tortoise? I thought it was going to be like Nessie, a sea monster. And sure enough, she said, well, yeah, don't you see the shell?
Yep, and you were totally
well,
right.
Well, I
and
didn't.
How cool was that when Alice jumped on the tortoise's head and she put the knife to its head and said, I will stick you if you don't take us to that island. Alice is getting tough.
She's tough with that sword.
Kind of reminding me of how Alice was in the movie from a couple years ago.
Yeah,
because she got kind of tough when she got the Vorpal sword, right?
On the Johnny Depp one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep, because she fought and was tough in that one too. But this Alice, I think, is even tougher. Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite scene was when she and Cyrus, when he was teaching her how to sword fight, and then he pinned her to the tree. He had her trapped, and he said, "Now what are you going to do?" And I thought, oh, for sure, I would have just ducked down and kind of gotten out from
under him. And I would
him.
have kicked him in the privates.
Yep, that would have done it right there. But she went a different tactic.
She did.
One that didn't make Daddy cringe.
What did she do? Instead, how'd she get
Kissed him?
Yeah.
Because she knew that he would stop fighting then. And it worked.
It worked.
A lot better than your suggestion.
So what would
Molly.
you have done?
I probably would have kicked him in the privates.
Like me.
I would not. I would have just
No, I actually probably
down.
would have cried.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
And then said, this is done.
Wait, do you mean if you were a girl?
No, if he was attacking me and got me
Okay,
against
but
the
you're also a lot taller than him, it looks like. I think you would have probably just done your thing where you kind of puff up.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I'd have gotten tough on him. Put my finger up to his eye and
Finger
said,
in the face.
Hey, back off. Just like that.
And said, stop it.
I would have gotten daddy voice on him, right? Yeah.
So we find out that the queen has the bottle.
Yes. She got the bottle because the rabbit sent her to the right place. So she beat Alice and the Red Knave.
And
the Knave of
Jafar.
Hearts, or whatever he is.
And
Jafar. Well, Jafar went to the Tum Tum tree.
She tricked Jafar to go to the Tum Tum
Mm-hmm.
tree.
Yeah, and he had all those scarab beetles, the red scarab beetles that were searching for it. And they weren't finding anything at the Tum Tum tree.
And so she said, Jafar has the genie. She says, you have the genie, I have the bottle, now we're even.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But now what?
Well, that's why I said I think she has upper hand.
I know, but what's going to happen?
What do you mean upper hand?
She's in
She's
control.
got the power.
Because he
She's
can't
got
really
the power.
He can't really do anything. Wow. He can't really do anything without the bottle, because that's what he's searching for is the bottle, and she has it. So, now she can call some of the shots instead of letting him, dictate what happens.
So what did the bird landed on Alice's hand, and what did it say? Do you remember kind of what it was telling her to do?
Rescue him?
No way.
No, it's the opposite.
Don't you remember?
Don't you remember what the note said?
He said, leave Wonderland.
He was trying to protect her. And what did she write? Did you catch what she wrote?
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, because
so
she's not leaving.
She sent the note back, but he was begging her
She was
to
so
leave.
happy that he was alive, too.
Yes.
Because just before that, she thought that he had left her alone, and she was
also
sad.
thought that he had betrayed her.
Right, so she was giving up, and then she got the note, and that gave her the resolve to say, I'm coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next time, don't send her the note, then she'll leave.
You want her to leave? Show's over.
Meh.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Worst show ever.
Worst show
Instead,
ever.
she's going to stay, and they're going to go get him.
Awesome.
Instead, they're going to stay, and they're going to go get him.
Uh-huh.
So what do you think's going to happen in the next episode? Do you have any spoiler alerts you want to
Yeah,
throw out there?
I didn't watch the preview. Anything you think's going to happen?
We haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Let's guess. What do you think? How do you think they're going to figure out where he is in his birdcage?
Uh-huh.
Now that they know it, Jafar is the one after them. Do you think what do you think they'll do?
They're gonna get him
How?
out of there.
What do you think it's going to be in this next episode, or do you think they're going to let that go another couple episodes?
And go another couple of.
Okay, so he's going to stay trapped, and they're going to keep searching. I actually disagree. I think that this next episode, they're going to get to him.
Yeah. But what if he captures them?
Oh.
Ooh,
That could happen.
You know,
Well, and the other
I
thing
don't
is that we
know.
didn't mention, before they get there, the caterpillar could catch up to him. Because we found out that the red knave, or the knave of red, or whatever he is.
Knave of Hearts.
Knave of Hearts. I can't get this right. The knave of
The
hearts.
red knave. I don't know. Whatever.
Knave of Hearts.
Knave of Hearts, he had some kind of issue with the caterpillar. And that's why he left Wonderland, and now he's back. So remember when he was saying in the last episode, I don't want to go back there. I have
and
unfinished
Silver
business.
Miss
It's not
said,
good."
you've got a bounty on your head. Like,
You've got a
she's like,
problem with the
yeah,
caterpillar.
people are not liking you right now.
So I'm hoping that the next episode, we have the caterpillar show.
Well, we also could still see the Cheshire Cat.
Right, there's going to be more issues with the Cheshire Cat.
We've got...
There's no way... Well, we haven't seen the Mad Hatter. We saw his house.
Right.
But
So
we haven't seen him or the Dormouse.
There's going to be a lot.
Uh-huh.
I think we need some more characters to surface. So
Oh, yes.
I think in the next episode we're going to see a lot more characters.
We also don't know if we're going to get other characters coming in from other stories. Because, like we've seen already, Jafar and the
Silver
Genie
Mist.
are in there, and Silver Mist is in there.
Anastasia.
Anastasia, whichever Anastasia that is. Yeah, so I just don't know what we're going to get in the next episode. But I'm excited to find out. Are you?
Definitely. Well, thanks, guys.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Let's wrap it up. Thank you for listening to Ever After, the Once Upon a Time podcast, Wonderland edition. And you can follow us on Facebook.
And listen to our other show, Ever After, a Once Upon a Time podcast.
That's not Wonderland. Yes, it's on the same feed. So if you subscribe to Ever After on iTunes, you get both shows. So we did it that way so it'd make it easy for people, because we figure most people that watch one are going to want to listen to the other. Right? Well, that does it. It doesn't do it.
Our website.
Our website is...
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
And you can follow us on Facebook. Just search for the Ever After podcast and join in the discussion, ask questions, give us your theories. We have started at the beginning of Once Upon a Time, and we're working our way through it. So maybe by the next season, we'll be completely caught up on both shows.
I don't know, 44 episodes, I think it says, are on Netflix.
Well, yeah, but the next season isn't until next fall.
That's true.
We'll be caught up on Wonderland
soon.
by mid-season,
Yeah.
but then for the other one, we'll catch up so that next year we're going in order from the new episode. So pretty exciting.
Ooh, I hope they do Neverland.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Because then Peter Pan.
Yes. Oh, Neverland would be wonderful.
Spoiler,
And,
I think they do.
And the Wendy and Michael and John.
Yeah.
All right.
One last bit of business. Starting next week, we have a new family podcast, which is called Cuckoo.
Cuckoo for Who?
It's a Doctor Who podcast. So if you're Doctor Who fans, join us there, and the three of us will be talking about the big 50th anniversary Doctor Who movie.
Yep, we're going to be seeing that in the movie theater. Very excited.
And then we will talk about the Christmas special at Christmas, and then we'll talk about the new season as the new episodes happen.
Yep.
So very exciting. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Now let's end this like every good fairy tale ends.
Happily Ever After.
The end.